With E3 2018 well underway, we go back and take a look at the highlights of all the major conferences. In this episode we're going to take a look at the Ubisoft highlights. Ubisoft, like Bethesda, provided a lot of details on the games they showed off. Whilst yes, some of them were just teasers, the games that seemed to have the most hype came with a lot of information. Now whilst I won't include every game that was covered, these were the highlights for me. First of all was Trials Rising. Trials has always been an enjoyable game to me. The franchise as a whole is quite enjoyable and is easy to pick up and play. During the conference they showed off 2 trailers for the new addition to the series, along with a release window of February 2019 for all systems. They also announced that there will be a closed beta coming later this year, so that's something to keep an eye out for if you're a Trials fan. Next was Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle Donkey Kong Adventure. Mario Rabbids was an unusual game. Bearing many similarities to games like XCOM, it caught my eye. This announcement was a new expansion or continuation of the story, utilising Donkey Kong. During the conference they put on a live music performance in front of a trailer which was enjoyable. They also gave us a release date of June 26, 2018. Next, another highlight was Starlink Battle for Atlas. Now initially this game doesn't really grab my attention. It's basically a sci-fi game where you utilise ships that are represented in real life, akin to say how Skylanders was, and you can attach new weapons and guns and so on and so forth to the ships and it will change your loadout in game. However, the thing that caught my eye and put it on this list basically was that they are having a crossover with the Star Fox series. So that means for players who are on Nintendo Switch, they will get to play as this legendary character and his Arwing. They did give us a release date of October 16th for this game, so it's not too far away. Next was For Honor March in Fire. This is a new DLC, or to be honest, a new expansion for the For Honor game. It's basically added an entire new faction, the Chinese faction, that comes with 4 warriors. Wielding classic Chinese weapons, these warriors will be implemented on the 16th of October this year. During the conference as well, they also gave us a preview of the 4v4 Castle Siege mode, which is something the For Honor community has been asking for. Hopefully this addition will breathe new life into the game and keep it going even longer. Next was The Division 2. Now The Division 2 had already been shown off during the Microsoft conference, but Ubisoft took this opportunity to give us a bit more details about the game. It's set 7 months after the events of the first game, set in Washington, and basically the results of the first game have caused the US to go into, well, anarchy. Through numerous trailers they gave us new information in regards to new specializations that you get once you've reached endgame, which includes signature weapons and exclusive skins. They also announced their plans for the first year's worth of DLC, which includes 3 episodes that has new content, and these are all going to be free to everyone. They also announced an 8-player raid to the game, which pleased a lot of people in the crowd. With a release date of March 15th, 2019, The Division 2 is potentially looking better than the first one. Now there is going to be a beta later this year, so if you're interested, you can sign up for that. Next is Beyond Good and Evil 2. During the conference they showed off a CG trailer that introduced 2 returning characters, Paige and Jade, although this game is set before the first Good and Evil. Nonetheless, they provided more information regarding the story, they gave hints at potential co-op options, as well as showing off some pre-alpha gameplay footage. This includes vehicle combat and hand-to-hand combat. Unfortunately though, there's no release date at the moment, and this is something they're probably going to be working on for a little while longer. Next was Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the next edition in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Multiple trailers were shown off, including story trailers that show off the Greek setting, with land and sea gameplay being shown off. Players will get to choose between 2 protagonists, male and female. During the gameplay demonstrations and the trailers, a magic spear, the Spear of Leonidas, was shown off, a weapon that your character has inherited. This gives your character certain abilities and will probably spice up the combat in the game quite a bit. There's also going to be an emphasis on different choices, which can result in different outcomes as the story goes on, and it's all adding up to be another decent role-playing game. The leveling system returns, as well as a chance to participate in large battles. Ubisoft also revealed that it's not too far away. With a release date of October the 5th, 2018, it's only a few months away. And finally, the last highlight for me, and one I'm personally most invested in, was Skull and Bones. Now they showed off a trailer as well as a gameplay demonstration of how players will be playing as pirates set in the Indian Ocean. They gave us information about how things would work, how you would prepare at your hideout for upcoming battles or raids. They showed us customization options about how you can customize your ship, and they also showed us some co-op and PvP action. This is a shared world though, and I do wonder if there are going to be any single player options whatsoever, or if you want the best experience then you have to play with others. Unfortunately these 2 questions weren't really answered during the conference, so that is something we're going to have to look up. If it is forced shared world, then I'm going to be a little bit disappointed, as the option to play solo is nice in any game. Regardless though, this is a game we may have to wait a little while longer to get our hands on, as the release date is a vague 2019 release. But anyway, those were the highlights for me from the Ubisoft conference. As I said, I didn't cover every game that was announced, I covered the ones that stood out most for me. And overall, I'm just pleased that Ubisoft went into a little bit more detail, akin to how Bethesda did their conference in regards to the upcoming games they have. But anyway, what were your highlights and opinions of the Ubisoft conference? Leave a comment down below. And until next time, I've been Darcblade, bringing you the highlights of the Ubisoft conference from E3 2018. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.